watching Daddy Buzz here, working on the cars and the weeds in the yard. I guess the apple didn't fall that far. Yeah, you can bring a shovel, but it ain't worth the trouble. Can't dig up what's in your heart. Wherever you go, there you are. Dragging these roots like a bag of bones.
Good evening and welcome to Roswell Park for Friday baseball between your Moose Jaw Miller Express and the Sylvan Lake Gulls, sponsored by Henderson Insurance. A reminder to pick up your programs with the minimum for a break and wheel ticket winner to play RBC Royal Bank Bingo and win other great prizes courtesy of our sponsors. As well, head down to the Park Hotel Beer Gardens and see the Jump.ca kiosk down there. Time now for the Stringham Law starting lineups. Here is our umpire crew tonight. We have Adam Sills, Barrett Fleck, and Warren Burrell. Now the lineup for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls. Leading off is number 5, third baseman Elias Duncan. Batting second, number 14, center fielder Elijah Hamill. Batting third, number 21, second baseman Joey Marino. Batting fourth is number 18, left fielder Cooper Szylski. Batting fifth, designated hitter number 16, Maddox Shaver. Batting sixth is number 30, first baseman Coleman Perry. Batting seventh, number 17, catcher Reese Sherman. Batting eighth is number 12, shortstop Kylan Graves. And batting ninth, number 34, right fielder Charlie Collins. Their starting pitcher tonight is number 19, Matthew McKenzie. Now the starting lineup for your Moose Jaw Miller Express. At shortstop, number 22, Thomas Soto. In center field, number 4, Chris Frank. In right field, number 27, William Edwards. At third base, number 25, Eduardo Sainz. Your catcher, number 18, Garen Plummer. In left field, number 6, Jacob Mraz. At first base, number 32, Braden Bonnell. Your designated hitter, number 2, Caden Ransom. At second base, number 13, Ben Wallachek. And your starting pitcher, number 17, Weston Wall. At this time, we would like to recognize Corporal Jerry Owlman from the Saskatchewan Dragoons, who is with us tonight, hoisting the Canadian flag at home plate. We ask that you now please rise if you are able and remove your headwear for the playing of our national anthem.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw for Friday night WCBL baseball here on FloCollege. I'm your host, voice of the Moose Jaw Miller Express, Rod Peterson. Pleased to be joined by Jenna Moore. And tonight it is the 13-7 Sylvan Lake Gulls in town to finish off a 2-game mini road swing against these Moose Jaw Millers, who are 13-7, likewise coming into tonight's second place in the WCBL's Eastern Division. These two teams met here last night in a cliffhanger. Jacob Glazner left with a 5-1 lead in the 6th inning, and the Millers held on for a 5-4 victory over these cross-division rival Sylvan Lake Gulls. So tonight, the Millers go for the sweep. As we look at the batting order for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls, the defending West Division pennant winners in the WCBL. Batting first, the third baseman, number 5, Elias Duncan. Batting second, the center fielder, number 14, Elijah Hamill. Batting third, the number 21, second baseman, Joey Marino. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, number 4, Cooper Sizelski. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 16, Maddox Shaver. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 30, Coleman Perry. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 17, Reese Sherman. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 12, Tylen Graves. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 34, Charlie Collins. Their starting pitcher tonight is number 19, Matthew McKenzie. The Gulls will be opposing Weston Walls on the mound, the 6'5" righty out of Terrell, Texas. He is the leader in WCBL innings pitched here this season, and as we all know, set a Miller's strikeouts record back in the 2025 season. Defensively for the Millers, Weston Walls on the mound behind home plate. Number 18, Garen Plummer. At first base, number 32, Braden Bennell. At second, number 13, Ben Wolochuk. Starting at third base, number 25, Eduardo Saenz. That's short. Number 22, Thomas Soto. The left fielder is number 6, Jacob Mraz. The center fielder is number 4, Chris Franks. And in right field, number 27, William Edwards. Caden Ransom is the designated hitter tonight for the 13-7 Moose Jaw Miller Express. 7:05 first pitch here tonight. It is Miller time from Ross Wells Park. 23 degrees Celsius at game time. That's 74 Fahrenheit for our U.S. friends. Mainly sunny, as you can see in our FloCollege cameras. First pitch, a fastball in from Weston is fouled off and out of play. And Elias Duncan down on the count, 0-1 here on a Friday night. 4-game homestand coming to a close here tonight for the Millers. We were unable to get that Tuesday game in. Another fastball is fouled off and comes back over the backstop and into the crowd. 0-2 the count on Elias Duncan. It was just a very odd night here on Tuesday with the Regina Red Sox in town. 2-hour rain delay before they eventually called the game. The field was not playable. Had Wednesday off. Fastball outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count on Elias Duncan, the third baseman for the Gulls out of Redwood City, California. That is the home of Buck Martinez, Jenna, the legendary Toronto Blue Jay. Player, manager, and broadcaster. Redwood City, California is where Elias Duncan calls home. 1-2 the count on the third baseman, Duncan. So there's going to be a lot of games left to complete and doubleheaders coming up here in the second half of the WCBL season. This one low for a ball, 2-2 the count on Elias Duncan. Weston, the innings pitched leader in the league at 32 2/3. That is a better than 2-game lead on Zachary De Silva of Swift Current. And strikeout rung up for Elias Duncan. And one away here in the top of the first inning. Elijah Hamill comes to the plate, the center fielder here for the Gulls. It is a friendly competition, I would say, for the strikeout battle, not only in the team category, but the league category between Weston Walls and teammate Jacob Glazer. First pitch by Elijah Hamill is fouled off, the left-handing center fielder. Jacob Glazer leads the entire league with 40 strikeouts. Weston is fourth with 33, now 34. Here's a roller down to first. Braden Bunnell up with that, steps on the bag himself, and 2 away. Some defensive help here from the first baseman. Braden Bunnell and Elijah Hamill grounds out to the first baseman. The number 3 hitter, second baseman Joey Marino, comes to the plate for the Sylvan Lake Gulls here with none on and 2 out in the top of the first inning. Fans still filing into Roswell's Park here for the second of 2 between the Millers and Gulls. CFL's Saskatchewan Roughriders playing just down the road. That'll take a few fans away. Curveball from Weston is in for a strike. 0-2. Joey Marino from Surrey, British Columbia, Vancouver suburb. A roller down to first, and Braden Bunnell's on that. Almost identical to the last play, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Joey Marino grounds out to the first baseman, and we'll go to the bottom of the first scoreless at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw here on FloCollege Baseball. Bottom of the first at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Here's the batting order for the hometown Moose Jaw Miller Express. Batting first, the shortstop, number 22, Thomas Soto. Batting second, the center fielder, number 4, Chris Franks. Batting third, the right fielder, number 27, Will Edwards. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, number 25, Eduardo Saenz. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 18, Garen Plummer. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 6, Jacob Mraz. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 32, Braden Bunnell. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 2, Caden Ransom. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 13, Ben Wallachuk. And as you know by now, Weston Walls is the starting pitcher. Thomas Soto leading things off here in the bottom of the first for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Coming into the game 13-7, second place in the Eastern Division. Thomas, the WCBL walks leader, takes the first offering from Matthew McKenzie outside for ball 1. Defensively for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, Matthew McKenzie is the starting pitcher. The catcher is Reese Sherman. The first baseman, Coleman Perry. And Thomas gets his bat on this. It'll land in center field for a leadoff single for Thomas Soto here. Good start for the Millers offensively, and that'll bring to the plate Chris Franks, the first-year Miller from Worcester, Ohio, the WCBL RBIs leader with 28, and assuredly will be penciled in as one of 6 Miller's All-Stars when we get the nod here in a week or two from the home office in Lethbridge, Alberta. Soto down to second, and he's tagged out. Nice gun by Reese Sherman. Thomas Soto thrown out trying to steal second. And that will bring one away here in the bottom of the first inning. Chris Franks at the plate, looking at an 0-1 count. Continuing through the Gulls starting defensive lineup, the second baseman is Joey Marino. 0-2 the count here on Chris Franks. The third baseman is Elias Duncan. The shortstop is Tylen Graves. The left fielder, Cooper Zizelski. The center fielder, Elijah Hamill. And in right, Charlie Collins. The 0-2 swung on. A roller down to second. Joey Marino, the backhanded catch. Throw over to first is in time, and that's 2 away. Chris Franks grounds out to the second baseman. And 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning as William Edwards comes to the plate here for the Millers. And we did link up before the game and got him his Tim Hortons gift card. Tim Hortons Miller Trivia. His father Wayne won it, of course, but he very graciously donated it to his 6'3" son Will. First pitch swinging, fouled off by Will. You can check out my Instagram, because Jenna always does, at Rod Peterson Official, for a photo of Will and I as he's smiling. Who isn't with free Tim Hortons? Curveball in from Mackenzie, strike 2, called 0-2. Although I couldn't get near a Tim Hortons today. Did you have that problem? Do you go to Tim Hortons every morning? No. You don't? Are you a coffee drinker? No. You don't strike me as a coffee drinker. Like, couldn't get near them. I'm saying the drive-thru was full. They were lined up out the door. They tell me everybody was in town for grad. How about that? 1-2 the count on Will Edwards. This one high for ball 2, 2-2. So I had to settle for golf course coffee. I wouldn't advise it. They're not known for their coffee. No, not at all. 2-2 is the count here on Will Edwards. Eduardo Saenz is on deck. Check swing from Will. He went, and it's a K on the board on Will Edwards, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning, and we will go to the top of the second, scoreless in Moose Jaw here on FloCollege Baseball.
Don't forget about the Bugsy's Bullseye Progressive Jackpot. The Miller Express player hits that Bugsy sign and right.
Scoreless at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw, due up for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls in the top of the second. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Cooper Sizelski, Maddox Shaver, and Coleman Perry. Weston Walls is dialed in tonight. WCBL innings pitch leader, and as we mentioned, 4th in strikeouts coming into tonight. He's got 1 on the board here tonight. Cooper Sizelski, the left fielder, will lead it off here for the Sylvan Lake Gulls in the top of the second inning. Cooper Sizelski out of Monument, Colorado. Fastball from Weston is in for a strike. Home plate umpires Adam Sims. In his crew, Barrett Fleck and Warren Burrell. Here's a roller toward short. Fielded well by Thomas Soto, and the throw to first is on time. Cooper Sizelski grounds out to the shortstop to open the second, and that's 1 away. And the designated hitter, Maddox Shaver, comes to the plate. Number 18 for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Out of Belleville, Ontario. And he plays at Kaiser University. What was his dad's name, Corey? Lucas Shaver. Oh, and he is clipped by the pitch. Maddox Shaver hit by a pitch, and he'll take first base, and that's the first man to reach here for the Millers, or for the Gulls here in Moose Jaw. Comes in the second inning. Coleman Perry, the first baseman, comes to the plate here for Sylvan. Reese Sherman is on deck. Shaver out to his lead at first. Walls not looking. First pitch fouled off down the right field line, 0-1. Other games tonight around the WCBL. Saskatoon Berries visiting the Weyburn Beavers. Swift Current at Medicine Hat. Okotoks at Fort McMurray, and Energy City at Lethbridge. We'll be checking on those as ours moves along here tonight from the Band City. 1-1 the count on Coleman Perry, the Gulls first baseman from American Fork, Utah. Here's the 1-1 from Walls. High for ball 2, 2-1. Coleman Perry's appeared in 17 of the Gulls games this season. Fifth in batting average on the club at .311. 2 dingers on his record this year, on his ledger. Curveball from Weston is in for a strike. 2-2. This one inside at the waist for ball 3. Full count here on Coleman Perry. 1 on, 1 out, top of the second inning. Millers and Gulls scoreless as Walls come set. And down he goes, a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for the lanky Texan. And that'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 17, Reese Sherman. Broad at the shoulder, narrow at the hip. That's Weston Walls. The way he walks is like he should have 2 6-shooters on his hip, don't you think, Jenna? That's just that's the way he walks. He's not even trying. Looks like he's out of the old spaghetti westerns. 1 on, 2 out here in the top of the second. First pitch fouled back by Reese Sherman. 0-1. Reese Sherman is the batting average leader for the Gulls, .405 on the season, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. And a swing and a miss, 0-2. It is a tip foul, 0-2. Curveball got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Reese Sherman goes down swinging with the 3rd strikeout recorded by Walls here tonight. The Gulls leave 1 man on, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Signs, Plummer, and Mraz due up for the Millers in the scoreless game in Moose Jaw on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. with locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
This here fool swearing she'll come back. She says I ain't got a shot, but I'm sitting here with two. I can't stop falling on.
Back in Canada's most notorious city, by the way, don't ask me why they call it that. The Millers and the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls scoreless. Eduardo Sainz, Garen Plummer, and Jacob Mraz are due up for the 13-7 second place Millers here in the second inning. Fans still filling into the ballpark. Not a bad crowd, given the fact the Rough Riders are playing just down the road on a Friday night football clash. Eduardo Sainz will lead it off for the Millers in their half of the second inning here, facing off against Matthew McKenzie. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. This one laced in the air to center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And Eduardo Sainz is aboard with a leadoff single here on a Friday night. And that'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 18, Garen Plummer. On deck, the left fielder, Jacob Mraz. Garen Plummer batting .367 on the club. That is second. First pitch swinging, fouled back. .367. Second only to Eduardo Sainz, .391. And on deck here is Jacob Mraz in this scoreless second. Fastball swung on in the air to right center field. And coming under it, the right fielder Charlie Collins for one away. Garen Plummer flies out to the right fielder. And when you hear "Welcome to the Jungle," you know what that means. Jacob Mraz is coming to the plate for the home side. The product of Meade, Colorado. And first-year Miller comes to the plate here tonight for the first time in this scoreless draw. First pitch from McKenzie is outside for ball one, 1-0. Strikeout leader for Sylvan Lake is Braden Stewart. We're not going to see him in this homestand between the Millers and the Gulls. This one right down the pipe for strike one, called 1-1. Jacob Glazner leading the league in strikeouts with 40. Kagan Baker of the Regina Red Sox tied for second, now with Weston Walls, each with 36. Check that. Yeah, Weston's at 36 now by virtue of tonight. Kagan Baker started for the Regina Red Sox here the other night, but the Millers got to him early and often in a 9-2 lead before the game was suspended in the, what was it, the fourth? It was the fifth? Yeah. Here's a roller down to third. And in time, the Gulls turn a double play. Jacob Mraz hits into a double play, and that will end the inning, and we'll go to the third here at Roswells Park. Millers and Gulls scoreless on FloCollege. Top of the third at Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw. Tylen Graves, Charlie Collins, and Elias Duncan due up for the visitors in this scoreless ball game, the second of a two-game set between these clubs. It was a real doozy last night. It was another defensive struggle really like this. The Millers got up to a 5-1 lead thanks to a sterling start by Jacob Glazner, and then had to hang on for a nail-biting 5-4 victory, which upped the Millers' record to 13-7 and kept this hot start rolling. They got their work cut out from here tonight, though. Weston Walls will face Tylen Graves, the shortstop and number 8 hitter, to get the third underway here from Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw. Millers baseball brought to you as always by Stringham Law, Hawks Agro, Partners in Agriculture, and Molson Breweries. First pitch from Walls is high and outside for ball 1, 1-0. This one swung on in the air to right. Will Edwards back towards the wall. It's over his head. Graves around first to second for a stand-up double to lead off the third inning here. First hit for the Gulls here tonight as well. That'll bring to the plate the number 9 hitter, right fielder Charlie Collins. And now the Gulls have a runner in scoring position with none out here on the top of the third. Curveball swung on, a one-hopper to short. Soto up with that. Zings it across the diamond for one away. Charlie Collins grounds out to the shortstop. And we'll go to the top of the order. The third baseman, Elias Duncan, will come to the plate here for Sylvan Lake. The Redwood City, California product who plays at Hutchinson Community College. Fastball is cut the bottom of the strike zone for strike one, called 0-1 here on Elias Duncan, who struck out to lead off the ball game. .5'9", 180 is Duncan. Batting .375 on the season. That's third best on the Gulls club. Curveball from Weston's in for strike two, called 0-2. Strike three, called. Elias Duncan goes down looking, and the way he looks at the ground, he knew he should have jumped on that one. And now with two away, Elijah Hamill comes to the plate here. Fourth strikeout on the board for Weston Walls here tonight, who came to play. By the way, the Millers will be on the road Saturday night at the Regina Red Sox, Sunday at the Saskatoon Berries. And this one caught the inside of the strike zone for strike one, called 0-1. I don't know what it is about these Saskatoon Berries, but all my friends and family, they're going to come to a Millers game. They want to see the Saskatoon Berries. Why would that be, Jenna? They all want to see the Berries. I think it's the name. Oh, maybe because they're in first place, too. I don't know. Here's a roller down to first. Braden Bunnell, the underhanded toss to Weston Walls to retire the side. And we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Bunnell, Ransom, and Wallachek due up for the home side. Millers and Gulls scoreless through 2.5 at Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Back in Moose Jaw, bottom of the third. Braden Bennell, Caden Ransom, and Ben Wallachek. The batting order here for the Millers. Braden Bennell, Caden Ransom, and Ben Wallachek. Fastball, first pitch swinging, popped up in the shallow right field. Calling everybody off is Charlie Collins, and he'll make the catch in right. Braden Bennell flies out to right to open the Millers' half of the third. And that'll bring to the plate the designated hitter, Caden Ransom. They're still talking about the bomb he launched in Saskatchewan on Monday night. I talked to Caden about that one prior to the game. And I told him that his dad, Kip, said it landed on their lawn down there in Lincoln, Nebraska. And Kane says, oh, I heard all about it. It's in regular communication with his dad, Kip, down there in Lincoln, who's tuned in here tonight on FloCollege. Takes the first pitch in for a ball, 1-0. Caden Ransom, the DH, coming to the plate for the first time tonight. This one at the letters, ball 2, 2-0. Caden Ransom wears number 2. He's out of the University of Sioux Falls. And this one right down the pipe for strike one, called 2-1 on the DH, who had last night off. Caden's appeared in 11 Millers games this year, batting .300, has homered twice. Here's the 2-1. And that one right down the middle for strike 2, called 2-2. This one fouled off by Ransom, stays alive at 2-2. Well, this is a tip foul, but right into the glove of catcher Reese Sherman. And it goes into the books as a strikeout for Caden Ransom here in the bottom of the third inning. Tip foul caught by the catcher. It's a strikeout for Caden Ransom. And that'll bring to the plate the second baseman, number 13, Ben Wallachek. Caden Ransom, by the way, a sophomore at Sioux Falls, majoring in exercise science and psychology. Went to high school at Lincoln Southwest High School. And a fastball right down the pipe for strike one, called on Wallachek, 1-1. from Missouri Western State is where Ben's at now after entering the transfer portal and transferring over from Indiana State. The 1-1 swung on, a roller to third, and that was too hot for the third baseman Duncan to handle. And Ben Wolochuk is aboard here in the bottom of the third. And they're registering that as a single by Ben Wolochuk from Wichita East High School. Top of the order we go. Thomas Soto at the plate here for Moose Jaw. A rainbow throw over from McKenzie, and Wolochuk is back. Go ahead run at first here in the bottom of the third. Thomas Soto at the plate. He singled to lead off the game for the Millers, but was thrown out trying to steal second. This one high for a ball, 2-0. High for ball 3, 3-0. Soto leading the league in stolen bases with 23, and his 17 walks lead the club as well. This one in for strike one called, 3-1. This one fouled off by Soto down the third base line, 3-2. Thomas appeared in 34 games last year for the University of Texas at Dallas. And prior to that, played 2 seasons at Tyler Junior College in beautiful Tyler, Texas. Wolochuk, strike 3 called on Soto, and that will end the inning as the Millers leave one on, and we'll go to the fourth, scoreless here at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Millers and the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls on FloCollege Baseball.
How about a round of applause for our Cowboys caveat? If someone is missing a phone, there is a phone found and turned in. If that's yours, head to the medical break and we'll see you with them.
Top of the fourth at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. We're still scoreless. A great pitching battle on the go here between Weston Walls working into the fourth against Matthew McKenzie of the Gulls. The batting order for the visitors, Joey Marino, Cooper Sizelski, and Maddox Shaver for Sylvan. I want to send a special shout out to my good buddy Joe Whitbread, who's tuned in on FloCollege tonight, the longtime Gulls announcer, watching from Central Alberta tonight. Change up from Weston. Drops in for a ball, 1-1-0. And he follows that up with a fastball hit in the air to right. Will Edwards racing in and makes the catch. A diving grab by William Edwards in right for one away. Joey Marino flies out to the right fielder. And I'll tell you what, the way that this Millers team is playing for each other is so impressive. They're so close as a ball club, and a very big reason why they enter tonight 13-7, second place in the Eastern Division. Plays like that from the All-Star, Will Edwards. Fastball low for ball one, 1-0. Cooper Szyzelski, the left fielder, at the plate here for Sylvan Lake. He grounded out to the shortstop back in the second inning. This fastball caught the inside edge of the strike zone for strike one, called 1-1. Cooper Szyzelski's appeared in 11 games for the Gulls. He's batting .179. He's got 2 home runs in those 11 games. Off speed pitch, in for ball 2, 2-1. This one fouled off by the left fielder. 2-2 the count on Cooper Szyzelski. Maddox Shaver is on deck. Millers Baseball brought to you by Boston Pizza, Main and Thatcher, 54 Dental, and Canadian Tire Moose Jaw. The 2-2 off-speed pitch, a hit, a roller down towards third. Up with that, Eduardo Sainz throw over in time for 2 away. Routine play for Eduardo Sainz, who joined the club late just last week, a week ago today, as a matter of fact. Cooper Szyzelski grounds out to the third baseman, and Maddox Shaver will come to the plate with 2 away here in the top of the fourth. Maddox Shaver was hit by a pitch back in the second inning in his only other plate appearance. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Yeah, Weston Walls means business here tonight. He's going after, shakes off the sign. He's going after this league strikeout lead, and more importantly, a win. This one hit in the air to right. Will Edwards again, a little easier time with this one, makes the catch for 3 away, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth here at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw, and due up for the Millers, Franks, Edwards, and Sainz. Scoreless in the Band City on FloCollege Baseball. We go to the Millers' half of the fourth inning. Chris Franks, William Edwards, and Eduardo Sainz due up for Moose Jaw, who are putting the finishing touches on this homestand here tonight, hoping for a big victory over the cross-division rival Gulls. Chris Franks will lead it off here for Moose Jaw, the Worcester, Ohio product. Chris Franks grounded out to second base back in the first inning in his only other plate trip. Takes the first pitch in for ball 1, 1-0. Chris Franks, 5'10", 185, but he is solidly packed in that, I'll tell you. Got a lot of power. He leads the WCBL in RBIs coming into the game. Takes this one in for ball 2, 2-0. Chris Franks, last week's SaskTel East Division Player of the Week because of his hot play at the plate. Takes this one outside for ball 3, 3-0. Franks has appeared in every game for the Millers this year, batting .365. That's third best on the club. League leading 28 RBIs. Drawn 13 walks as well. And he draws a 4-pitch lead-off walk here in the Millers' 4th. Chris Franks is aboard. Matthew McKenzie hasn't issued any walks until now, the starter for the Gulls. None out, one on here in the bottom of the 3rd. And William Edwards, who's had a busy night tonight. He's looked very energized. I wondered if he grabbed a Tim Hortons coffee before the game. You know what a day is like without coffee, Jenna? I wouldn't know. Right, Nancy? Strike one call right down the pipe, 1-1 here on Edwards. Will struck out back in the 1st inning. This one fouled off towards the Millers dugout. 1-2. This one laced into right field for a base hit for Will Edwards, and the Millers now have 2 aboard with none out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. To second goes Chris Franks. And Eduardo Saenz, the third baseman, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw in their 4th. Eduardo Saenz singled back in the 1st. Out of town, the Saskatoon Berries have a 2-0 lead at Weyburn in the 4th. Medicine Hat out to a 5-0 lead over Swift Current in the 4th at Athletic Park in Medicine Hat. Okotoks Dogs a big 10-2 lead at Fort McMurray. They are in the 4th. And Lethbridge has a 6-2 lead over the Energy City Cactus Rats top 2 at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge. One and one the count here on Eduardo Saenz. He's been hot since coming in last week. .391 he's batting over his 6 games. Still looking for his first homer. Now would be a good time. Here's the 1-1 from McKenzie. Swung on, swung and is going to miss. 1-2. Here's a roller foul down the first baseline, and Eduardo Saenz stays alive. Garen Plummer is on deck, followed by Jacob Mraz. Millers at Regina Saturday, at Saskatoon Sunday. Have Monday off, and then a 4-game homestand begins here Tuesday against Medicine Hat. And Medicine Hat provides the opposition on the always popular Canada Day home clash. Wednesday, July 1st. Here's a roller in a hole. It'll get to third. Being waved around third is Chris Franks. He'll score, and the Millers are on the board. Counted an RBI single for Eduardo Saenz. And the Millers have the first lead of the ball game. William Edwards is to second. And now we got a mound visit from the Gulls head coach, Matt Hape. We'll take a timeout and be back. 1-0 Millers in the 4th here on FloCollege Baseball. right, we're back. Garen Plummer, the catcher, comes to the plate here for the Millers, who now lead at 1-0 with runners at first and second. Garen Plummer flied out to right field back in the second. First pitch swinging, a liner to short, and a double play turned. Woo! Very alert play by Tylen Graves at short. Fields the line drive. Throw over to second, gets Will Edwards. And just like that, 2 out. Jacob Mraz, the left fielder, comes to the plate here for the Millers. He grounded out to third back in the second inning, which the Gulls turn into a double play. So Will Edwards out at second. Garen Plummer lines, this one hit high and deep, back right field toward the track, and that'll get past the right fielder, Charlie Collins. Being waved home is Eduardo Saenz, and safe at third is Jacob Mraz with a triple. An RBI triple for Jacob Mraz, and the Millers go up 2-0 as Eduardo Saenz plates. How about that? 2-0 Moose Jaw as they've found their offense here in the fourth. Braden Bunnell comes to the plate, the Millers' first baseman tonight. Out of Mandan, North Dakota. First pitch, a roller down to third. And the throw over is a one-hopper, but fielded by the first baseman, Perry. And that will end the inning, but not before the Millers put 2 on the board, and we'll go to the fifth with Moose Jaw leading 2-0 here on FloCollege Baseball.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Top of the fifth at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Coleman Perry, Reese Sherman, and Tylen Graves due up for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls. Weston Walls working into the fifth for Moose Jaw. He's got 4 strikeouts on the board here tonight for Weston as he goes after the league lead in that category and has mentioned, more importantly, the win. Nathan Pichot recorded his 4th save of the season last night, putting out the fire, and it was a fire in the 9th inning. What a thriller that was in the 5-4 victory here over the Gulls. Coleman Perry, the first baseman at the plate here for Sylvan. Off-speed pitch is in for a ball, 1-0. Coleman Perry struck out back in the 2nd inning facing Weston Walls, the pecan farmer from Terrell, Texas. This one drops in for a strike, 1-1. Weston will tell you, give him a follow on Instagram, Walls Pecans. You following them now, Jenna? Why not? Oh, you didn't know? Well, now you know. Strike 2, swing and a miss from Perry, 1-2. Walls Pecans. That's a big outfit. This one in the dirt for ball 2, 2-2. Ooh, got him with a fastball. Swing and a miss. 5th strikeout for Weston Walls tonight, and that'll bring to the plate the catcher, Reese Sherman. Reese Sherman struck out back in the 2nd inning. 5 Ks for Weston Walls here tonight. Reese Sherman, first pitch fouled off down the right field line and into the Gulls. Bullpen not playable. 0-1. Reese Sherman from Meade, Washington, one of a couple Gulls who plays collegiately at Gonzaga University. Looking up their skipper, Matt Hape. He's from Bozeman, Montana. Graduated from Montana State with a degree in psychology a decade ago. Spent in the summer coaching the Sylvan Lake Gulls. I could think of worse things, and he's doing a great job. Joined the Niagara University Purple Eagles as an assistant coach back in 2024. Reese Sherman hit with a pitch, and he'll take first base here in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 Miller's lead in the 5th as Weston tugs his cap. And that will bring to the plate the shortstop, Tylen Graves. He doubled back in the 3rd inning for the Gulls, who trail at 2-0 here. And this first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Again, we'd love to see you at the ballpark. Canada Day, 6 p.m. The Millers will be in their special yearly Canada Day uniforms, which will be auctioned off after the game. Very popular uniforms yearly, the Millers Canada Day outfits. 1-1 the count here on Tylen Graves, the shortstop out of Bartlett, Tennessee. He plays at Southwest Tennessee Community College. Curveball from Weston is in for a strike, 1-2. Weston Walls dealing here. I said last night that we were in for a treat here tonight. Jacob Blazner provided a treat last night, and tonight Weston doing the same, unless you're Gulls hitters, of course. Here's the 1-2, fastball inside at the knees, 2-2. Here's a roller to 3rd. Eduardo signs up with that. Throw to 2nd. Wallachek can't get it off. They got the lead runner for 2 away. Charlie Collins is safe in the fielder's choice. And we will go, Tylen Graves is safe in the fielder's choice. We'll go to the number 9 hitter, Charlie Collins here. Reese Sherman, the lead runner, throwed out at 2nd. So Tylen Graves is at first. Charlie Collins, the right fielder, comes to the plate here for Sylvan Lake. Now with 1 on, the tying run is at the plate. 2-0 Millers in the 5th. This one a ripper. Fair, a line drive got past Bunnell down the right field line. Will Edwards up with that. Being held at 3rd is Tylen Graves, and the Gulls now have runners at 2nd and 3rd after that double by Charlie Collins. Top of the order we go. Elias Duncan comes to the plate here for the Gulls, the number 1 hitter. He's struck out twice tonight for Sylvan. Tying run is aboard. Go ahead run at the plate. Swing and a miss from Duncan, 0-1. He's had his problems with Weston Walls tonight, as I mentioned, striking out twice. the product of Redwood City, California. Again, the hometown of Blue Jays great Buck Martinez. Here's the 0-1. Just outside for a ball, 1-1. Some chatter coming up in the ballpark tonight. Swung on and a miss, 0-2. 2 on, 2 out here. Weston Walls trying to end the threat as he tucks his blonde locks in under the cap. Garen Plummer catching him tonight. Here's the 1-2 from Weston Walls on Elias Duncan. And he got him looking. Strike 3 called. And the Gulls leave 2 on, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Millers up 2-0 here tonight. And you're watching WCBL baseball on FloCollege. Bottom of the 5th in the Band City, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. The Moose Jaw Miller Express leading the Sylvan Lake Gulls 2-0. Caden Ransom, the designated hitter, will lead it off here for the Millers in their 5th. Ransom, Wallachek, and Soto due up for the 13-7 Millers, who enter the night 2nd place in the WCBL East within striking distance of the Saskatoon Berries, and the two will meet Sunday in a first-place showdown at Next Gen Patch up in Saskatoon. Caden takes the first pitch in low for ball 1, 1-0. Caden Ransom struck out back in the 3rd inning, his only other plate appearance. Facing McKenzie, the Gulls starting pitcher here tonight. This one caught the inside of the strike zone for strike 1, called 1-1. Matthew McKenzie is on the mound for the Gulls out of Vaughan, Nova Scotia. He plays at the University of Texas at Tyler. Swung on and fouled down the 3rd base line by Ransom. 1-2. Got a lot of great ball players who come up through Tyler, Texas, and the various colleges. Hometown of my good friend Earl Campbell, the Tyler Rose. Known him through football circles over the years. Here's the 1-2. Swung on by Ransom, fouled back. He stays alive. 1-2. Caden Ransom out of the University of Sioux Falls, sophomore. Here's the 1-2 from McKenzie. And that one's low and in the dirt, 2-2. Caden's got a tremendous billet family as well here, doesn't he, Jenna? They don't miss a game. This one a roller to short. And up with that, the shortstop, Tylen Graves, the throw over in time for 1 away. Caden Ransom grounds out to the shortstop, 1 away. The always entertaining Ben Wolochek comes to the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the 5th inning. The number 9 hitter. Ben singled back in the 3rd and was left on base. 2-0 the Millers lead here in the 5th, and the first pitch is strike 1 called, 0-1. Wolochek batting .323 on the season. Off-speed pitch inside for a ball, 1-1 on Ben. He's drawn 14 walks. That's second only to Will Edwards' 16. And Ben always a threat to steal on bases. 13 stolen bases, second only to Thomas Soto's 23. This one fouled off and out of the ballpark onto Caribou Street. 1-2 the count here on the second baseman, Ben Wolochek. What a perfect night for baseball here. 23 Celsius, 74 Fahrenheit. Mainly sunny. This one is low and away for ball 2, 2-2. This one fouled off into the Gulls bullpen. Wolochek stays alive at 2-2. This one hit in the air to left field. That'll get down for a base hit, and it's a single for Ben Wolochek. His second of the night. And the Millers, with one out, now have a man on first as we go to the top of the order. And the multi-talented Thomas Soto comes to the plate here for the Moose Jaw Millers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Soto at the plate, Chris Franks on deck. The 4-year man, Thomas Soto. First pitch swinging, a roller down to second. Joey Marino looked at second, elects to fire it off to first, and he guns out the runner, Thomas Soto, for 2 away. Thomas Soto grounds out to the second baseman. And Chris Franks comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Third plate trip for Chris Franks, the center fielder. He grounded out to second and walked in his prior times up. First pitch in for strike 1 called, 0-1. Chris Franks out of Ashland University. Pitched at Ashland University. Here's a roller foul down the third base line. He pitched at Ashland University, plays center field here. The man can do it all. Well, that wasn't his primary role, but pitched 3 games in relief last season at Ashland. Named to the All-Great Midwest Athletic Conference Tournament team. First team collegiate back in 2023. I asked the skipper, the first-year coach, Michael Gonzalez, what's the biggest reason for this team's early season success? And he said, talent, great recruiting. And for that, he credited Jeff Freeborn, general manager Corey Olofsson, a team effort. Runner goes, throw down to third, and it's thrown into the outfield. Ben Wolochek will score. And the Millers go up 3-0 here on the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls, and that fired them up here at Ross Wells Park. 1-2 the count on Chris Franks. Strike 3 called, and Chris Franks goes down looking, but not before the Millers put one on the board, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Moose Jaw leading this one 3-0. Due up for the Gulls in the 6th, Hamill, Marino, and Sazelski. And you're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Weston Walls working into the 6th for the Millers, who have a 3-0 lead, and due up for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls, Elijah Hamill, Joey Marino, and Cooper Sazelski. Down the road, Toronto Argonauts leading the Saskatchewan Roughriders 13-10. Couple minutes to go in the first half. Looks like an entertaining ball game there. Here, very entertaining as well. Elijah Hamill, the center fielder, comes to the plate to lead it off in the 6th for the 13-7 Sylvan Lake Gulls, the defending West Division pennant winners in the WCBL. Fastball from Weston Walls is in for a strike. 0-1. Elijah Hamill from Oakville, Ontario, switch hitting center fielder who plays at Niagara University for the Gulls skipper Matt Hape. The 0-2 is swung on, a roller to short. Thomas Soto up with that, and a bullet to first on target, one away. Elijah Hamill grounds out to the shortstop. A lot of stellar plays out of the field by the Millers. We're getting used to that this season. Joey Marino, the second baseman, comes to the plate for the Gulls here in the 6th inning with 1 out now. Cooper Sazelski on deck. Joey Marino grounded out to the first baseman and flied out to the right fielder in his prior at-bats. First pitch from Walls is inside and low for a ball, 1-0. Curveball from Weston is in for strike 2 call. I think it's 1-1, I guess, the count here. Yeah. This one swung on. It'll get past Wallachek in the hold to right field, and it is a base hit for Joey Marino here in the 6th inning. That'll bring to the plate the left fielder, number 18, Cooper Sazelski, with a 3-1 Miller lead. Now they got a runner at first with 1 away in the 6th inning. Cooper Sazelski from Monument, Colorado, plays at Southeastern University, and tonight he's 0 for 2 at the plate. First pitch swinging, pulled it foul down the third baseline, 0-1. Cooper Sazelski tonight is grounded out to short and grounded out to third. 6 strikeouts on the board for Weston Walls here tonight. Gives him the league lead. Curveball in for a strike. 0-2. Ball 1 the call here on Sazelski. 1-2 the count. Joey Marino at first base, 1 away. This one high for ball 2, 2-2. The next time we'll play Tim Hortons Miller Trivia will be Canada Day. How about that, Janice? So be ready for that. That'll give you plenty of time to come up with a question. How about that? What year was Canada founded? There's a good one. Could you answer that? Swung on in the air to right center field. Chris Frank's back on the track, and he'll make the catch, or very close to the track, for 2 away. 1867. If you don't know that, you got to hand in your passport. Cooper Sazelski flies out to the center fielder. It's US 250 in my other home. Did you know that? 250 years this year? 1776. What do you think? I was born last night? Yeah, I got to answer these questions to live in that country. 9 months out of the year. Oh, and this curveball hit Maddox Shaver in the back. And he'll take first. And Weston puts his hands up and says, sorry, brah. That one got away from him. And now runners at first and second with the tying run coming to the plate here for the Gulls, Coleman Perry. Fastball from Weston in for strike 1, called 0-1. Millers will be home on Independence Day as well. That might be the game folks want to come to. The Saskatoon Berries coming. That'll be a doubleheader. Is that the night? Or we're doing it the night before? The night before, okay. We're going to have our fill of the Saskatoon Berries that weekend is what we're saying. Doubleheader July 3rd. And then home on July 4th. Oh, and 2 the count on the first baseman, Coleman Perry here. Miller's up 3-0. 2 on, 2 out in the 6th. Walls come set. Got him! Coleman Perry goes down swinging for the 7th strikeout of the night for the Gulls. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Millers leading 3-0 and due up for them. Will Edwards, Eduardo Saenz, and Garen Plummer. This is WCBL Friday Night Baseball on FloCollege. Pitching change for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Coming into the game, number 36, Seth Mahler out of Lake Stevens, Washington. Taking over from the starter, Matthew McKenzie, who worked 5 innings, allowed 3 runs on 7 hits, struck out 4, and walked 1 unofficially. William Edwards, Eduardo Saenz, and Garen Plummer, the batting order for the Millers. And the first pitch from Seth Mahler is outside for ball 1, 1-0. Well, word's getting around. This Miller Ball Club is one you want to see. I expect big crowds next week on this 4-game homestand. Finally, some good weather. This one caught the outside edge of the plate. 1-1. Seth Mahler's got a 2-0 record this season for the Gulls. 2 saves. Here's a comebacker to the mound. Underhanded toss to first in time. 1 away. Will Edwards grounds out to the pitcher.
Number 25, Eduardo Saenz.
Eduardo Saenz to the plate here for Moose Jaw. He's got a pair of singles on the board this outing tonight, and he's scored a run. Eduardo Saenz from Laredo, Texas. Veteran Miller, but he just joined the club a week ago today. Swing and a miss, 0-1. He's from way down there south in the great state. Laredo, Texas. Plays at West Texas A&M University. Millers were happy to see him, and the fans, too, show up. 1-1 for the man they call Eddie. Eduardo Saenz. 3-0 Millers lead here, bottom of the 6th inning. Lights on here at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Beautiful night for baseball. Fastball is a roller hit, a roller down to first. Up with that, Coleman Perry will step on the bag for 2 away. Eduardo Saenz grounds out to the first baseman.
Number 18,
Garen Plummer, the catcher, comes to the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the 6th inning. Garen Plummer out of Wichita, Kansas. He plays at Fairleigh Dickinson University. First pitch swinging, foul down the first base line. Not playable for Charlie Collins. Strike 1, 0-1. Millers Baseball brought to you by Deja Vu Cafe, Roto's Pizza, and the Mad Greek. Still your favorite restaurant, Jenna, the Mad Greek? Yeah. And Deja Vu. Here's a liner into the hole into left field. And Garen Plummer is aboard safely with a single here as the Millers stay alive in the 6th. And Jacob Mraz comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Now with 2 out and 1 on in the 6th inning. Jacob Mraz tonight is 1 for 2. He grounded out to the third baseman and tripled. That came back in the 4th inning. 3-0 Millers here, bottom of the 6th. Strike 1 on Mraz, the left fielder from Meade, Colorado. I tell you, for these families of Millers players, and for that matter, the opposition coming into Moose Jaw, a lot of wonderful restaurant choices here in the Band City. Swing and a miss from Mraz, 0-2. Lots to choose from when you come to town this summer. And lots to do. Here's the 0-2. This one is in the dirt, and it got away from the catcher to second. Goes Garen Plummer. He's around second, down to third, and he's tagged. Garen Plummer thrown out at third. And that will end the inning. 3-0 Millers lead as we go to the 7th. And due up for the visiting Gulls, Sherman, Graves, and Collins. And you're watching it all on FloCollege. Weston Walls working into the 7th inning. A quality start for the lanky Texan from Central Methodist University, and Reese Sherman will lead it off here for the Sylvan Lake Gulls in their half of the 7th inning. Reese Sherman, Tylen Graves, and Charlie Collins due up for the Gulls. Vastly different uniforms from their double blues last night. Whew, I like those. Navy with blue, baby blue pinstripes. Come on. Walls' first pitch, swinging is Sherman in the air to right. Will Edwards back. It's going to get away from him to the wall. And Reese Sherman is around to second base for a lead-off double here in the 7th inning. Well, that has made things interesting here as we got a pinch hitter. No, number 12, Tylen Graves comes to the plate here. Tylen Graves, the shortstop here for the Gulls, and Charlie Collins is on deck. Fastball from Walls got him swinging, 0-1. Tylen Graves tonight has doubled and reached on a fielder's choice, been left stranded twice. One on and none out here with the Millers up 3-0 in the 7th. Walls looks in, delivers. This one hit well. It'll get into left field. Being held up at third is Reese Sherman. To second goes Tylen Graves. And all of a sudden, the Gulls have runners at second and third with none out, and the tying run comes to the plate in the form of the right fielder, Charlie Collins here. Ooh, we got a pinch hitter. Sorry, Michael Quick coming in. .44 Michael Quick pinch hitting for Charlie Collins, the number 9 hitter here in the 7th. Quick played last night in right field for the Gulls. Curveball in from Walls, strike one, called 0-1. Gulls skipper Matt Haight playing a hunch here that Michael Quick might have the hot enough bat to make a difference. 3-0, the Gulls trailed here in the 7th. Here is a roller back towards second. Wallachek up with that. Throw to first is in time, but a run will score. Michael Quick grounds out to the second baseman, but Reese Sherman plates. And the Gulls are on the board now, trailing 3-1 with one away, and we'll go to the top of the order. And another pinch hitter for them. 33, Gavin Galenza comes into the game. Elias Duncan had struck out 3 times against Weston Walls prior. So Matt Hape going with the hunch, putting Gavin Galenza in as the number 1 hitter here. We saw him last night for the Gulls. Fouls this one off, 1-1. Gavin Galenza out of Camrose, Alberta, plays at the University of Alabama at Huntsville. 3-1 now the Millers lead, and the tying run is at the plate. Walls delivers the fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. Gulls dugout doesn't agree. Things are getting tense here in the 7th. Fastball is a roller to third. Eduardo signs up with that. Makes the routine throw to first. 2 away. Gavin Galenza grounds out to the third baseman. Elijah Hamill, the center fielder, comes to the plate, and he is 0 for 3 tonight for Sylvan. He's grounded out to the first baseman twice and once to the shortstop, 0 for 3. Elijah Hamill comes to the plate with 2 out now and a runner at third. Gulls trail 3-1. Walls with the curve ball in there for a strike, 0-1. No action in the Millers bullpen as yet. Here's a roller to second. Ben Wallachuk gets in front of it. Throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side and end the thread. Elijah Hamill grounds out to the second baseman. The Millers maintain their 3-1 lead, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. Mraz, Bunnell, and Ransom due up for the home side. You're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
Number 6, Jacob Mraz.
Seth Mahler on the mound for the Gulls. Came on in the 6th. Millers now a 3-1 lead. Jacob Mraz, Braden Bunnell, and Caden Ransom are due up for the black and yellow. First pitch from Mahler is in for strike 1 called, 0-1. Jacob Mraz from Meade, Colorado. Beautiful territory down there, that's for sure. Had a stop in there on the way up from Florida here to get this season underway. I did, thanks to flight delays and snafus. 0-2 the count here on Jacob Mraz, who tonight is grounded out to third and tripled. Takes this one inside for ball 1, 1-2. Millers Baseball brought to you in part by Perry Springwater, KCS Marketing, Embroidery and Custom Printing, Moose Jaw Toyota, and Heartland Financial Group. That's where you'll find Millers General Manager Corey Olofsson, who's celebrating a birthday today, we found out. Looks good for 60. Here's a liner into center field. Jacob Mraz with a leadoff single here in the 7th.
Number 32, Braden Bunnell.
Bunnell lays down the bunt. The pitcher Mahler up with that. It squeezes over Jacob Mraz, however, to second. That's one away. Braden Bunnell thrown out by the pitcher.
Number 2, Caden Ransom.
Caden Ransom comes to the plate for the 3rd time tonight, the designated hitter. 6'2", 210 out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Really always enjoy my chats with Caden Ransom. He's quick to smile, always very positive young man from Lincoln. Comes to the plate for the 3rd time. Tonight he has struck out and grounded out to the shortstop. This one is in the dirt. To third safely is Jacob Mraz. Wild pitch charged on Seth Mahler. Want to know the count here. The designated hitter, Caden Ransom. Seth Mahler looks in. This one well outside for a ball 2, 2-0. Jacob Mraz at third base under the guidance of the head coach over there, Michael Gonzalez. And now we got a mound visit, and I think we may have a change. Matt Hape comes out of the dugout, the skipper for the Gulls. And it looks like, we may not have a pitching change. Hang on. There is action in the Gulls dugout. He's having a word with his young reliever. Well, Seth Mahler says he's fine. Just some words of encouragement from the coach from Niagara University, Matt Hape. And here we go. 2-0, the count on the designated hitter, Caden Ransom. One out, runner at third for the Millers, who enjoy a 3-1 lead here in the 7th. Fastball from Mahler is in low for a ball 3-0 here on Caden Ransom. A 4-pitch walk drawn by Caden Ransom. That's the 6th walk drawn by Caden Ransom this season here in his 12th game played. And Ransom is aboard. The Millers have runners at first and third with Ben Wolochek coming to the plate. And Big Ben, as some call him. Others call him Wally. He's just happy to be called anything. He's got a pair of singles here tonight and scored a run. And this one right down the pipe for strike one called on Wolochek. Just having a look at it. 0-1. Runners on the corners. One out. Jacob Mraz out to a lead at third. And here's a roller down the first base line. It's fair. And Coleman Perry will step on the bag for 2 away. Ben Wolochek grounds out to the first baseman. Caden Ransom's over to second. And we go to the top of the order. Thomas Soto comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Thomas 0 for 3 at the plate tonight. Big opportunity here with runners at second and third and 2 out. Seth Mahler on the mound here for the Gulls. Thomas Soto, a product of Round Rock High School. And the first pitch in for strike one called 0-1. Round Rock, Texas is a wonderful community, a suburb of Austin, Texas on the northeast side. in the news this week that an Austin billionaire would like to bring an NHL team to Austin, Texas. Can't see it happening, but you never know. Never's a long time. 0-2 is the count here on Thomas Soto. And a swing and a miss. And Soto goes down swinging. The Millers will leave 2 men on, and we will go to the bottom of to the 8th with Moose Jaw up 3-1. And you're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Weston Walls working into the 8th. He is the WCBL leader in innings pitched, and tonight you're seeing why. Elijah Hamill, Joey Marino, Cooper Sizelski, and Maddox Schaefer are the batting order for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Joey Marino, Cooper Sizelski, and Maddox Schaefer. 0-1 the count here on Marino. Curveball in from a off-speed pitch in from Weston in for strike 2, called 0-2. He really brought his toolkit to the ballpark tonight. The 0-2 from Walls. Fastball low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Here is a chopper towards third. Eduardo signs up with that. And that throw is on target. 1 away. Joey Marino grounds out to the third baseman. There is a lot of talent on this Millers team, that's for sure. No matter who they put in at third, they're making plays, whether it's Michael Muscles Rago. That's his nickname, Jenna, by the way. I just learned that tonight. We got a new Bobby Biceps. It's Michael Muscles Rago. I'll take their word for it. Off-speed pitch from Weston in for a ball. 1-0. The count here on Cooper Sizelski, the left fielder. He is 0 for 3 at the plate tonight. Grounded out to short, grounded out to third, flied out to center field. This one outside from Walls, 2-0. And a swing and a miss, 2-1. The count on Cooper Sizelski out of Monument, Colorado. This one high and tight for a ball. 3-1 the count on the left fielder, Cooper Sizelski. Maddox Shaver is on deck. And this one outside for ball 4. And away to first goes Cooper Sizelski with a rare walk issued by Weston Walls. Comes here in the 8th inning with 1 out.
Number 16, Maddox Shaver.
Belleville, Ontario's Maddox Shaver comes to the plate here for Sylvan, trailing 3-1, but now a runner at first, tying run at the plate. This one is a roller foul down the third baseline. 0-1. Out of town, Saskatoon Berries a 6-0 lead at the Weyburn Beavers, top 7. Lethbridge a 7-4 home lead over Energy City. That is in the 5th inning. Medicine Hat thumping Swift Current 11-0 at Medicine Hat's Athletic Park. And the Okotoks Dogs out to a 14-3 lead at Fort McMurray in the 7th. 0-1 the count here on Maddox Shaver, the designated hitter. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Off-speed pitch from Walls, drops in for strike 3 called. Weston showing no signs of slowing down here in the 8th. Eighth strikeout unofficially issued by Weston Walls here tonight. He has taken over the league lead in that category and also leads in innings pitched. Coleman Perry, the first baseman, comes to the plate with 2 away here in the 8th. Fastball low and inside. No, strike 1 call, caught the inside edge of the strike zone. 0-1. Heated conversation between the home plate umpire Adam Sims and the Gulls dugout. 1-1 the count here on Coleman Perry, the first baseman. Check that. This is a pinch hitter, Bryce Turner. I was looking at the body type. This guy is not the solidly built Coleman Perry. This is a new body in there, Bryce Turner. And strike 3. Down goes Bryce Turner. And we will go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Millers up 3-1 and due up for the home side, Franks, Edwards, and Signs. 3-1 Moose Jaw leads here in FloCollege baseball.
Next home game for Moose Jaw Miller Express, Tuesday, June 30th against the Medicine Hat Mavericks. And again, they'll be at home on Canada Day, July 1st to take on the Mavericks. 6 o'clock game on July 1st as well. 6 o'clock on July 1st. Leading off for your Miller Express, number 4, Chris Franks.
Bottom of the 8th here at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. 3-1, the Millers lead as they look to add to their lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Chris Franks, Will Edwards, and Eduardo Saenz coming to the dish. That's the batting order for the black and yellow. Seth Mahler on the mound here in a relief role for Sylvan Lake. 3-1, Moose Jaw leads. First pitch swinging, a looper into shallow right center field. And it is a leadoff single for Chris Franks, the WCBL RBI's leader.
Number 27, William.
And number 27, William Edwards comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw at a big time. Now, last year, the Millers were the youngest team in the league. I got to think they're close to that this season. I think overall they are younger. And you're looking at some of these stats categories they lead. Very impressive. Will lays down the bunt. That will advance Chris Franks to second. Will Edwards thrown out on a bunt single attempt. And that's one away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Eduardo Saenz comes to the plate, the third baseman for Moose Jaw. Eduardo has been fantastic in the field tonight, 2 for 3 at the plate. A pair of singles. He grounded out to the first baseman and has scored a run. They've intentionally walked Eduardo Saenz. So he's awarded first, and Garen Plummer comes to the plate. Intentional walk for Eduardo Saenz. Garen Plummer, the catcher, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. First pitch swinging in the air to right center field. Coming over to make the catch is Charlie Collins for 2 away. Garen Plummer flies out to the right fielder. And Jacob Mraz, the Millers left fielder tonight, comes to the plate. 5'11", 170 out of Meade, Colorado. Jacob Mraz, the number 6 hitter, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Tonight he is grounded out to the third baseman, tripled and singled. First pitch in for strike one, called 0-1. Seth Mahler is on the mound here for Sylvan. There's action in their bullpen. This pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. This one caught the outside edge for strike 2, called 1-2. The count on Jacob Mraz. Braden Bunnell is on deck. 2 out, 2 on for the Millers in their half of the 8th inning. Looking to go for the 2-game sweep of the West Division Sylvan Lake Gulls. And Mahler steps off. The 1-2, and Mahler steps off again. Runner goes. Don't matter. Strike 3 called as Jacob Mraz gets caught looking. Strikeout to end the inning. And we'll go to the 9th with the Millers leading at 3-1 here on FloCollege Baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
All right, top of the 9th at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Reese Sherman, Tylen Graves, and Michael Quick, the batting order for the Gulls, who trail at 3-1, and we have a pitching change for Moose Jaw. Jake Hicks comes into the game for the Millers out of Louisville, Kentucky, a junior at Spalding University, and a great effort for Weston Walls tonight. He pitched 8 innings. First pitch outside from Hicks for a ball. Unofficially, allowed 1 run, 5 hits, 9 strikeouts, and walked 1. Weston Walls will add to his league-leading inning pitched total tonight. Sits down with his team in a 3-1 lead. Outside with this offering from Jake Hicks, 2-0. Reese Sherman, the catcher, at the plate. Tonight he struck out, been hit by a pitch, and doubled. Curveball in for strike one, 0-1. Jake Hicks in relief work this season has pitched 7 innings, has a 14.14 ERA, and has struck out 9 total. This one in for a strike, 2-2. Fans hanging on every pitch here as this red-hot Millers team looks to close it out. Reese Sherman at the plate, the catcher. Tylen Graves is on deck. And this one is low and in the dirt, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Strikeout for Jake Hicks to open the 9th. On Reese Sherman. And Tylen Graves comes to the plate here for Sylvan Lake, the shortstop. 4th at bat for Tylen Graves, the Bartlett, Tennessee product. He's doubled, reached on a fielder's choice, and singled here tonight. And a swing and a miss on the fastball offering from Jake Hicks, 0-1. Crowd getting up here at the Ross. Off-speed pitch is fouled back and out of play, not playable. Tylen Graves down on the count at 0-2. Michael Quick is on deck. Jake Hicks on in the 9th to earn the save. I took a dirty hop off the lip of the infield over the head of Eduardo Saenz, and Tylen Graves is aboard with a single here in the top of the 9th. Don't go anywhere, anybody. Boy, does this have the feels of last night. Hey, Jenna? Yeah, well, that turned out okay. Tying run is at the plate here in the form of Michael Quick, the pinch hitter from Oshawa, Ontario, facing Jake Hicks. First pitch swinging, foul down into the bullpen. The CNS Builders bullpen. Doesn't count. Swung on in the air to left center field. Jacob Mraz back, and he'll make the catch in left field for 2 away. Nice wheels from Jacob Mraz there out in left field, and with the shadows in this ballpark at this time of night, that was no easy catch to make. Michael Quick flies out to the left fielder, and now the Gulls are down to their final out. John Boy Rittenhouse, first pitch swinging. High and deep, back toward the wall, and gone! One swing of the bat, and John Boy Rittenhouse has tied this game in the top of the 9th inning. Woo-sa, a 2-run home run by John Boy Rittenhouse has tied this game. Tylen Graves scores as well, and it's 3-3 here in the 9th inning. Well, some fireworks from the Sylvan Lake Gulls here have made things interesting with Elijah Hamill at the plate here, the center fielder. 1-1 the count here on Hamill. He's 0 for 4 at the plate tonight. Outside for a ball, 2-1. Strike 2 called. 2-2 on Hamill. Joey Marino is on deck. A 2-out, 2-run home run by John Boy Rittenhouse has tied this game, and this pitch is outside for ball 3, 3-2. This one fouled off down the third base line and out of play. Elijah Hamill stays alive. Full count in a 3-3 ball game. Payoff pitch is fouled back and out of play. This one swung on high, not deep. Will Edwards in right coming under it. And he will make the catch to retire the side and will go to the bottom of the 9th inning in a 3-3 tie and due up for the Millers, Bunnell, Ransom, and Wallachek. Don't go anywhere, anybody. We're in for a thrilling ending at Roswells Park when we return here on FloCollege Baseball.
number 32, Braden Bunnell.
Here we go, bottom of the ninth inning. Seth Mahler on the mound here for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls. Braden Bunnell will lead it off for the Millers in the bottom of the ninth inning. And the first pitch is in for strike one, called 0-1. This one low and in the dirt for a ball, 1-1-1. Braden Bunnell, the first-year Miller, out of Wichita. Braden Bunnell out of Mandan, North Dakota. Swing and a miss, 1-2. He's 0 for 3 at the plate tonight. This one is a roller towards short. Oh, and what a throw from Tylen Graves, the shortstop, on time. A little high. The first baseman, Coleman Perry, had to climb the ladder for it, but he did. And that's one away as Braden Bunnell grounds out to the shortstop. One away in the bottom of the ninth. Caden Ransom comes to the plate, and this is a guy that has a flair for the dramatic. Caden Ransom out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's see if he can get it done here in the bottom of the ninth. One run does it. And he's hit by a pitch. Caden Ransom is aboard as a hit batsman. And Ben Wolochek comes to the plate here for the Millers. Caden Ransom hit by a pitch for the 6th time this season. The only guy who's been hit more is Garen Plummer at 7. And going in as a pinch runner is Pacey Phillips. Drama in the ninth at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw with Ben Wolochek coming to the plate. Wally tonight is singled twice and grounded out to the first baseman. Fastball from Mahler is in the dirt, ball one. Throw over and back safely is the pinch runner, Pacey Phillips. This one caught the inside edge for a strike, 1-1. Ooh, and Ben Wolochek takes it off his left elbow. That's two hit batsmen here in the ninth, and the Millers have runners at first and second with one away. To second goes Pacey Phillips. Top of the order we go. And Thomas Soto, who's 0 for 4 tonight. Check that. 1 for 4 tonight. Ben Wolochek is stung. And we have a delay here as assistant coach Michael Hunt looks him over. I'll tell you, it's going to take a lot more than that to take Ben Wolochek out of the game. And here we go. Thomas Soto at the plate here for Moose Jaw. The switch hitting, shortstop hitting from the left side of the plate against the righty Seth Mahler. Runners at first and second, one out. Check swing. Called him for a strike. Mahler steps off. Lively crowd here tonight, especially down the Park Hotel Beer Gardens third base line. 0-1 the count on Soto. Swing and a miss from Thomas, 0-2. And a swing and a miss from, or is it fouled off there? Calling it a strikeout here for Thomas Soto. Indeed. Soto strikes out here in the bottom of the ninth. 3 strikeouts for Soto tonight. Chris Franks comes to the plate here. The league leader in RBIs, and it's his chance to be a hero. In the bottom of the ninth with now 2 out and runners at first and second. Seth Mahler trying to end the inning and send it to extras. Chris Franks has other ideas. And the first pitch is in for strike one, called 0-1. Mahler's got ice in his veins. He's not fazed with the situation of the moment. Low for ball one, 1-1. And this one is inside for a ball, 2-1 the count on Chris Franks, the league leader in RBIs. Chris tonight has grounded out to second, walked, struck out, and singled. And this one outside for ball 3, 3-1. Lots of tension here in the ninth inning. 3-1 the count on Chris Franks. Runners at first and second and 2 away. Swing and a miss. Full count on Chris Franks. Payoff pitch incoming from Seth Mahler. Runners go. Did he go? Check swing. They got him. Chris Franks goes down looking, and we'll go to extras in a 3-3 tie on a Friday night at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Hang on, everybody. We'll be right back. 3-3 is the score here, and you're watching it all on FloCollege Baseball. Jacob Keelays comes on in the 10th for the Moose Jaw Millers here, who are trying to pull this thing out. They had a 3-1 lead when Weston Walls left in the 9th. But a 2-run home run by John Boy Rittenhouse tied it all, and away we go to the 10th inning. Joey Marino is the leadoff hitter for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and at second base is Elijah Hamill as we have a runner on second to open extra innings. Jacob Keelays on in relief to get the win. Product of Wallkill, New York. Keelays, we've seen him a lot this week. First pitch in for a ball, 1-0 here on Joey Marino. Fifth at bat for him. He's grounded out to first, flied out to right, singled, and grounded out to third, making him 1 for 4 at the plate tonight. Keelays kicks and delivers. This one popped up in shallow right center field. Wallachuk waves everybody off and makes the catch. Joey Marino flies out to the second baseman, 1 away. Cooper Sizelski to the plate for Sylvan Lake here in the 10th. Well, it's been a pretty quickly played game. We're in extra innings already, and the game's only 2 hours and 16 minutes old. It was going too well, Jenna. Strike one called, 0-1 here on Cooper Sizelski, the left fielder. Swing and a miss from Sizelski, a tip foul, 0-2. And a swing and a miss, got him on the curve. That's 2 away. Cooper Sizelski strikes out. And Jacob Keelays has, he's come to the park determined here tonight. 2 out now in the top of the 10th. And a runner on second as Maddox Shaver comes to the plate, the designated hitter. Check swing from Shaver. They're calling it a ball. Swing and a miss from Shaver. 1-1. I'll tell you what, the Millers, 171 runs scored this season, has them among the league leaders, more than Sylvan's 164. They just need one more here tonight to clinch a big win, but right now Jacob Keelays trying to lock it down. 0-2 the count on Shaver, and it hit him. Maddox Shaver, a hit batsman, and he's away to first base in the 10th. And what was looking favorable has now turned a little dicey here with runners at first and second and 2 away as Bryce Turner comes to the plate here for the Gulls in the 10th. Outside for ball 1, 1-0. I had to check my eyes for a second. The Okotoks Dogs, 289 runs scored, leads the league. This one, a liner into left. Play it to plate. Whoa, they're calling him safe. Elijah Hamill rounded third. And that is not a popular call here in Ross Wells Park. I would love the benefit of replay on that, wouldn't you, Jenna? I won't repeat you said that. An RBI single for Bryce Turner has scored Reese Hamill, and the Gulls are up now in the 10th, 4-3. Replay would be awesome. Reese Sherman, the catcher at the plate here for the Gulls, who now have this 4-3 lead, and again, runners at first and second. This one belted in the air to left field. Jacob Mraz back to the track, and he'll make the catch there, and we'll go to the bottom of the 10th inning with the Gulls now leading for the first time tonight, 4-3. We'll be right back with it here on FloCollege Baseball. Bottom of the 10th inning at Roswells Park in Moose Jaw. Will Edwards, Eduardo Saenz, and Garen Plummer are due up for the Millers. Chris Franks will start the 10th on second base here for Moose Jaw, who now trail 4-3. What an entertaining ball game we've had here at historic Roswells Ballpark, and the crowd is into it. Seth Mahler on the mound here. He came on in the 6th for Sylvan Lake after a quality start by Matthew McKenzie. Will Edwards lays down the bunt, but it's foul. Whoa! Collision between the third baseman and the pitcher, but they're fine, and 0-1 is the count here on William Edwards. Will tonight is 1 for 4 at the plate. He has singled, struck out, and grounded out a couple of times to the pitcher. And another bunt attempt fouled off again by Will, 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and down goes Will Edwards for one away. Eduardo Saenz comes to the plate now for Moose Jaw in the bottom of the 10th out of Texas A&M International. And a lot of chatter in the ballpark on this Friday night. Everybody's content to see how this thing plays out. First pitch, here is a liner into right field, and being held up at third is Chris Franks. Smart call by Gonzo there. And the Millers have runners on the corners with one away. Chris Franks is to third, and Garen Plummer comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw for the chance to be the hero, the catcher out of Wichita, Kansas. And Matt Hape has come out of the dugout for a word, and it looks like that'll be the end of the line for Seth Mahler. Will get a pitching change here in the 10th, and we'll be right back in a moment as you are watching Friday night WCBL baseball on FloCollege. All right, Garen Plummer comes to the plate for the Millers in the bottom of the 10th inning. We get a pitching change for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Number 40, Ryan Cousy comes into the game. Edmonton product, plays at St. Bonaventure University. And the situation is this. The Millers have runners at first and third. And one out, and they trail the game 4-3. Ryan Cousy comes in here in the 10th. Seth Mahler went 4 2/3 innings. Allowed no runs on 4 hits, struck out 5. And he's left it in the hands of Ryan Cousy here in the 10th inning. Side armor, first pitch is fouled back and out of play by Plummer, 0-1. Foul ball for Elk Ridge Glass. We know Glass. Oh, 1 the count on Plummer. And make that 0-2 after a swing and a miss. He's 1 for 4 at the plate here tonight. This one well outside for ball 1, 1-2. Ryan Cousy this season is 1-0, pitched 17 innings, has a 1.59 ERA. Here is a roller foul down the third base line. Chris Franks is at third, and Eduardo Saenz at first. Runner goes. This one hit in the air to right field. Charlie Collins, the sliding stop. Tagging up and scoring is Chris Franks, and we got a tie ball game here in the 10th. Sac fly from Garen Plummer. Chris Franks scores. And now the winning run is at first. Jacob Mraz to the plate here for Moose Jaw. In the 10th, in a 4-4 tie. Eduardo Symes was held at first. Two away here, runner at first. Jacob Mraz, the left-handed hitting outfielder at the plate. First pitch is outside for Brian Cousy. 1-0. Jacob Mraz 2 for 4 at the plate tonight. He's tripled and singled. Sidearm delivery outside for ball 2, 2-0 on Mraz. 4-4 in the 10th. And this one is low for ball 3, 3-0. Well, that one's right down the pipe for strike one called. Mraz laid off that, 3-1. Runner goes. This one, a liner to second. And the play is made by the shortstop, Tylen Graves, and we will go to the 11th inning in a 4-4 tie. And due up for them, Tylen Graves, Michael Quick, and John Boy Rittenhouse. We're at extras, tied at 4 here on FloCollege Baseball.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Okay, here we are, top of the 11th inning. And Tylen Graves will lead it off here for the Sylvan Lake Gulls in this 4-4 tie. At second base is Reese Sherman, the last man out in the 10th. Jacob Keeley's on the mound here for Moose Jaw. It was a 3-1 lead going into the 9th for Moose Jaw, and John Boy Rittenhouse with a 2-run homer in the 9th tied it up, and it's got us to this point. Outside for ball 2, the delivery from Keeley's 2-0. Fourth plate appearance for Tylen Graves tonight. He's been productive. Pair of singles, a double, and reached on a fielder's choice. Check swing, calling it a ball. 3-0. Strike one called, 3-1 to count on Tylen Graves. He's the leadoff hitter here in the 11th inning. And a swing and a miss, 3-2 as Jacob Keeles has battled back in this encounter with Tylen Grays. Full count. And outside for ball 4, and the Gulls now have runners at first and second. In the 11th, as Michael Quick comes to the plate, the pinch hitter.
Number 44, Michael Quick.
Michael Quick 0 for 2 at the plate since coming in a pinch hitting role for Charlie Collins. None out, and runners at first and second here for the visiting Gulls here in the 11th inning. He shows a bunt. It's outside for a ball. Throw! Now we got him in a rundown. And there's one away. Reese Sherman got caught in the rundown, tagged out by the third baseman Eduardo Saenz, and that's one away here in the 11th. Tylen Graves is to second, however, and Michael Quick at the plate in a 1-0 count. This one fouled back, 1-1. Oh, a playoff meeting between these two clubs would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? And that would only happen in the league final, of course. Sylvan reached it last year against Regina before falling at home in Game 3, the best of 3. What a series that was. The 1-1 outside for a ball, 2-1. Jacob Keeles on the mound here in the 11th for the Millers. Outside for a ball, 3-1. Now Matt Hape, the Gulls manager, has come out of their dugout for a word with the home plate umpire, Adam Sims. And now the umpires have come together for a discussion on the infield. Okay, 3-1 is the count here on Michael Quick. 1 out and a runner on second. We're in the 11th inning. Keeles comes set. The delivery, and it's outside for a ball. Michael Quick is on his way to first, courtesy a walk issued by Jacob Keeles, and we'll go to the top of the order. John Boy Rittenhouse comes to the plate here for the Gulls. He's the hero that's got us this far. His 2-run homer in the 9th tied the game, 3-3. 3-3, and that's where we stand now, 4-4. Keeles saying, what do I got to do? This one called inside for a ball. Hopefully you can hear the fans' reaction here in the ballpark. It's not favorable. And here's a liner towards second. Wallachek over to Soto, and they turn two. And we're going to the bottom of the 11th in an 11-11 tie. And the Millers with the chance to end it at home. Bunnell, Ransom, and Wallachek due up for the Millers. Maybe the finale is ahead right here on FloCollege Baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Here we go. Braden Bunnell is the leadoff hitter for the Millers in the bottom of the 11th. Jacob Mraz will go to second as the lead runner here in extra innings. 4-4 the score. And Braden Bunnell out of Mandan, North Dakota with the chance here to be a hero. The next run wins it. In extras in a 4-4 tie. And here is a roller towards left. Michael Gonzalez waving him home. It's a walk-off RBI single for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Braden Bunnell takes the first pitch on a roller into left field, and the Millers win it in a walk-off. 5-4 over the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls in 11 innings tonight. Boy, how much fun was that? First pitch, Braden Bunnell. A roller into left field. It got through. It plates Jacob Mraz, and the Millers walk it off here at home on a Friday night. They complete a 2-game sweep against the Sylvan Lake Gulls. How about that? And Moose Jaw goes to 14-7 on the season and complete this 2-game sweep. And now on the road for a couple into Regina Saturday, Saskatoon Sunday, before returning home to kick off a 4-game homestand Tuesday against Medicine Hat. And if you can't make that one, we're going to want to see you Canada Day here Wednesday. Come on out and check out the hottest team in the WCBL, the Moose Jaw Miller Express. One more time, your final, the Miller Express 5, the Sylvan Lake Gulls 4. For Jenna Moore, this is Rod Peterson saying good night, everybody, from Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw.